All right. Hey, welcome back to another episode here of the Ask EJ Show. That's me. This is show number 39. Yeah, 39. All right. Before we get started, two things. All right. Was last episode or episode before that? Anyway, one of those last episodes, we were answering a question about what happens if you have a layover in Chicago. What do you do with your firearm, your master blaster? And there was quite a litany of responses. So again, I'm no lawyer, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn once. But I don't think that matters right now. When it gets down to the legal stuff, that's really not my genre of expertise. So I called Dana McClendon. If you don't know who Dana is, what's wrong with you? Have you ever seen the Hot Crazy Matrix here on YouTube? If you have not, you need to look it up. That's Dana doing his finest. That's where I got the Unicorn Search and Rescue Team shirt, the Hot Crazy Matrix. Let's see. Anyway, when he's not doing his comedic thing, he is a criminal defense attorney. And if you have seen Lethal Force, then you have seen Dana. That's where I interviewed Dana. You Sheepdog Society members, you get that for free inside the Sheepdog Society. Take a look at it. It's pretty good. Several hours of legal information. For you YouTubers, there are a couple of YouTube clips that we've got out, so you can look that up. It'd be on our channel. The title of the course is called Lethal Force. Anyway, so that's Dana McClendon. I called Dana. I was like, hey, Dana, so what do you think about this situation? And Dana said, who is a real lawyer, said, you should not leave that airport toting a master blaster because you could be so right you're still wrong in that there's nothing stopping an officer from arresting you, taking you downtown, confiscating your weapon, and then making you get a lawyer, bail out, and then fight it. So you can spend a lot of money being right. It's a precarious situation. There are several other airports that you could find yourself in that the same situation applies. You really don't want to leave that airport, is what Dana said. So I'm just relaying the message. You can shoot the messenger if you want, but I'm telling you what my good buddy who's a criminal defense attorney told me. And that is get that weapon checked in on the next flight as soon as possible. Don't delay. So, all right, second thing. Many episodes ago, we were talking about gun oil, and I was like, I'm not really just like a fan of any one great gun oil out there. I mean, they kind of all do the same thing. And then I said, in that video, hey, if somebody's got something out there they want me to try, I'll give it a try. So, old Breakthrough came through, and they're like, no, we want you to try our stuff. So they sent me a little care package. This is the Battleborn HP Pro. They sent me some of that, and then this is the whole cleaning kit thing. Can you see? Stupid lights. There you go. So that's what they sent, and I will definitely give it a try. Run these guns like a scalded dog. So let's see what your product does, and I will get back to you on it. All right. Again, they are trying to dispel my thought of, oil is just oil. It's a good old Earl, good gun Earl. All right, we'll see. Okay, let's get down to it. My 3 questions. All right. So question 1 comes from Alan in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He says, I'm 39. I've carried daily for 10 years. I have no military background, and I've never been in a position to have to draw my weapon. From your experience, what is the most valuable skill to bring to a gunfight where my life or my family's life is in danger? That's a good question, Alan. I'll tell you this. For me, especially on the instructor side of the house, what I see the most deficiency in is controlling your emotions. Now, I know that it's not like, I thought it was going to be like a Weaver stance or, this type of grip or get this special magic bullet or something like that, No, it comes down to controlling your emotions. And fear is an emotion. The anxiety, the spontaneity of the incident, it all plays into keeping you off guard. Remember, it's an ambush, not a raid. So they are ambushing you at a time and a location that they feel is more conducive to them. So more likely catching you off guard or in a situation where you have a lot, if not everything, to lose should you decide to fight back. So keeping your wits about you and controlling your emotions. And you could say like, oh, well, I got this. Exactly. And just like everybody else who comes to force-on-force training finds out, it don't always play out the way you thought it would in your mind. Things get a little crazy. And you may do things you never thought you would do. And you're going to definitely find out some stuff that you didn't know that you do and how you react to certain things. So I would say controlling your emotions. And, preparedness plays a big part in that. Being confident in your gear, in your tactics, if you will, having an overall strategy when dealing with things. So that all helps to help keep you confident. But confident is not the confident like ego-driven confidence. It's in knowing that the systems and gear that you have in place to respond will work and work the way that you want it to work and the way that you should know it would work. And so having that in check aids you quite a bit. But a lot of times you don't know if that gear will work for you because we don't use it a whole lot. Like guys will go and shoot, a box of 50 or a box of 100 and be like, yeah, dude, everything's cool. Until you get in like, some serious training and you're running and gunning and then a little piece of dirt gets in some crevice that's never got into before in your little static paper target range, and all of a sudden the gun has a little hiccup. So, you got to run those things real good and see where their fault point is, because they all have fault points. You just need to know where they are so that you can mitigate, the situation or the circumstance such that you never get to that failure point. But if you don't know where it is, you're always working in a vacuum, and you could find yourself in a world of hurt later on down the road. So confidence, not only in your gear but in yourself, your tactics, the overall arching strategy, and like communication plan with your family members or the people you're out with or whatever. So that's what I would say. All right, that's a good question there, Alan. All right, question number 2 comes from Dylan in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He says, I saw your video talking about shooting from a vehicle where you swept the gun over the steering wheel to engage through the side window. All right, well, he's talking about like the Modern Warrior videos of our live training. And then we got some certain parts in there where we go over carjacking and we do that live on the range. We do it with a little red cert gun, so you get the feel of it, and then we'll do it live, and then we'll shoot out some windows and that kind of stuff. How do you suggest you draw your firearm if there's another vehicle in front of you to maintain the rule, don't point your gun at anything you don't want to shoot? I understand the chances of it going off in that split second into said vehicle is minimal. Just curious if you had a different technique. Love the show. Thanks for your service and all you do now. Hashtag staying alert and practicing often. Hey, I like that hashtag there, Dylan. Or Dylan. I'm sure it's Dylan, though. Okay. That's a good question. So in the video, I got a little cert gun, and you got your steering wheel, and upon the draw, you're bringing the barrel of the gun over the steering wheel in order to get to the window. The reason we go over the steering wheel is because in our haste to get the gun into the fight, we have a high propensity of running the front of that barrel into like certain parts of the steering wheel, like the 3 and the 6 o'clock. It happens. And so guys are trying to get the gun up and extend, and it's just enough where it clips the front of that steering wheel, and you're like, So in order to alleviate that, just come out and over the steering wheel, throw your shoulder back, and shoot. The reason you throw your shoulder back is if you had the glass up, it ain't gonna go through the glass on the extension. So get it on back a little bit. All right. I'm not saying you can't break the glass, but anyway, whatever. So let's say you got a car in front of you, and you're coming out over the steering wheel. Yeah, I mean, I could understand where you don't want to point the gun at anything, you don't want to shoot. I mean, you could try to cant the thing down if you're thinking that. I doubt you'll be thinking that, because that dude's probably about to kill you, and so that's why you're getting the gun up in the fight very fast. I'll tell you this, as long as you keep your finger off the trigger, nothing bad will happen. But I understand what you're saying, trying to, maintain the 4 firearm safety rules. You could probably just try to cant the gun as you're coming up over the steering wheel, throw that wrist forward a little bit so that the barrel's pointing down at the dash, in your training. I would like to see that done in real life, though, like at full speed, and see if you could think about that. You'd have to train really, really hard to be able to think of that little nuance in a real life or death situation. But now you've given me something to throw in into the carjacking portion of the live training class, so I appreciate that. That is a good thought. I hadn't thought about that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because in the car in front, I'm gonna put a little picture of Janie licking the windshield in the back. Yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, that's what I tell you, man. Yeah, the safest part of that vehicle for your muzzle to be pointed at would be the dash. So as the barrel's coming over the steering wheel, you could throw your wrist forward, and it would cant that barrel down along the top of your dashboard, and then come around. Also, the reason we don't come up and inside the steering wheel is a lot of times, like a lot of times, and I should video this stuff so you can see what I'm talking about. And people don't even know they're doing it. When they do, they come across and they flag their legs. And in a lot of cases, people who are trying it for the first time, that's why we do it with a cert gun many, many times, as they got the finger on the trigger too. Yeah, like I wish there was a trigger that had a little zapper for training, so that if you put your finger on the trigger, you got zapped. Because people put their finger on the trigger and don't even know they're doing it. I'm like, hey man, take your finger off the trigger. What? Oh, yeah, my bad. So, like, I've gotten into arguments with people. Like, dude, you keep putting your finger on the trigger, man. You need to knock that crap off. I don't have my finger on the trigger. So, if somebody could invent that, that'd be cool. A little zapper on a training gun. Like if a blue gun or a cert gun came with a little zapper that you could turn on, and every time you touched it, think about that, man. You could be a millionaire. That'd be awesome. All right, let's see. All right, question number 3. I won the lottery here in Indy for real. I bought a $10 scratch off and won $5,000 a week for life. Well, daggum. I'm 56. I'm 6'3", 325 pounds. I have big hands, and every Glock that I've held and dry fired in store hurts the inside of my middle knuckle on my right hand. Middle finger, of course. So he's talking about right chair. I was just looking for home defense, not going to carry. You made me think about carrying now, love. Would you please do me the pleasure of commenting on what I might look into? Love your show, but you are away from the camera way too much. Yes, because I have other like real things I got to do. You know, this don't pay no bills. This is just for fun. So, I sure hope your wife is doing okay and feeling much better. I can't imagine how hard that must have been, being on vacation and then running back and forth from hospital, looking after your kids, and going to visit your wife. Yes, it was very, very, very tiring. You're truly a family hero. Not bragging about lottery, but have you ever answered a question or knew of any lottery winners? I'm pretty sure my question won't be looked at or answered. But hey, I believe good things happen to good people. Dennis from Indianapolis, Indiana. All right, lotto winner. Here's the deal. You just won $5,000. Was it every week for life? That's awesome. But I'm sure there was a big press release with your name in it. Maybe even a picture of you holding a big check, so people now know who you are, and through the power of the internet, probably could find out where you live. So I would say you probably need to start carrying for real lottery winner. All right, so if you're saying a Glock is hurting the middle knuckle on your big bear paw there, look at like a Smith & Wesson M&P. You can, I think their grips are a little bit slimmer, and with it being a little bit slimmer and contoured, you may that knuckle may wrap just a little bit farther around and not be directly up underneath the trigger guard. They're very reliable guns. Shoot great. I own a Smith & Wesson M&P 9. It shoots fantastic. I got no issues with Smith and their M&Ps at all. I mean, the trigger's a little, but dude, it's good. I mean, and people moan and groan about the Glock trigger too. So you can't make everybody happy. Somebody's always going to be upset about something. But I like that gun a lot. I look at that one. To me, it seems like there's it's just a size issue of how much of the grip you're actually holding is where that knuckle is actually landing. And in this case, on the Glock, right underneath the trigger guard. So I would look at a grip that's maybe not so boxy like the Glocks are. And I think the Smith & Wesson M&P series would be good for you. And you can change out some back straps on there too. So if you look at the M&P series, where the Glock has this straight side walls on the pistol, the M&P, it actually is contoured in the front and contoured in the back just a hair. So you may be able to shoot that one without hurting a little bit. But dude, you're like 6'3", 325. You're a big old boy. All right. So that's what I tell you, And then, go finger some other guns at the gun store. See what you think. You don't have to go with Glock. They work. Smith & Wesson M&Ps work. There are several other guns out there that work. But whatever you do, you need to start carrying. Period. All right. And to answer your question, let's see. Have you ever answered a question or knew of any lottery winners? Nope, you're the first. Congratulations there, Dennis. You are the first. All right. So cool. All right. Well, not bad. We're going to see what the breakthrough does, and I'll report back. All right. Let's see. Don't forget to check out Sheepdog Society. I had a great little shop talk today about my my SIG MPX that I keep in my backpack and all the stuff that was in it. It was pretty cool. You guys are really liking that video. If you're not a member of Sheepdog Society, you should be. It's only $9.99 a month. www.sheepdogsociety.org. Check it out. And you'll like, of course, you get everything I've ever done. And the follow-on questions I'm fixing to do right after this, they're posted in the Sheepdog Society. You got Monday Mindset videos, and then Shop Talks on Thursdays. So got a bunch of other stuff that we do over there for the Sheepdog Society. So the videos that you see on YouTube that are mine are about 25% of what we've actually made. The other 75% that are not on YouTube, they're in the Sheepdog Society. All right, guys. We'll keep those questions coming. I need some more good questions. Like some of the questions that I'm getting are like repetitive. All right. So like, do you recommend 9 or 40? Come on, man. We've answered that a bunch of times. So look at some. Look at. Let's see. What's his name? Dylan from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, setting the standard here with your. I got a vehicle in front of me. Question. That was a good question. Also, Alan, there in Oklahoma, that's a good question right there on the most valuable skill. I like that. That's good. So you guys are thinking. You go back and watch like the first 4 or 5 episodes of the Ask, and you could see when guys are asking a question, they're very vague, and I'm like, dude, I need more information. I need more information. And now you guys are getting it, and the questions are getting good, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Be more specific. It's all about knowing the why you do things, not just what. Okay? And that's how you're a better informed gun owner, and that's how you continue to spread that message to other people, because I'm sure you're like the gun guy, and like, hey, man, I was thinking about getting a gun, or I got a gun too. Cool, we're buddies now, like it's a secret society or something. And they're going to come to you asking questions. And so giving them the answer is not always the right thing to do. It's the whole, fish for them and they eat once, teach them how to fish, they eat for life type analogy. And that is, get them to express to you why they either are asking, what's the reason behind asking the question, or what's the reason that you're telling me you like this piece of equipment? Why? Where does it fit into to your whole defense plan? Okay? And then that way we're spreading the love out there and good information as well to new gun owners. And that's what it's all about, bringing people into the fold and bringing them in the right way. So good on you guys. All right, I appreciate it. As always, stay alert and practice often. All right, Sheepdog Society members, I'll see you on the inside. We'll answer some more questions. Bye.